Next, so we're going to have 24x to the 11 plus 8x to the 4. You could pause and try this one out. This is probably the one that most people have the trouble with, that people have the most trouble with, rather is what I want to say. So what's common between 24 and 8? So 2 is common, not the greatest common. 4 is common, not the greatest. 8 is actually common to both. You could divide 24 by 8 nicely, and you could divide 8 by 8 nicely. So we do that. 24 divided by 8 is, just I'll write it out again. So 24x to the 11, 8x to the 4. Divide both by 8. And we're going to get 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. X to the 11 plus 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1x to the 4. And that's it. There's nothing in common with 3 and 1. I guess we could always take out 1. Now we're going to look at the x's. So what's common with the x's? There are 11 there, 4 there, so there's going to be 4 x's in common. So it's going to be 8x to the 4. We take out 4 of those, we're going to get 3x to the 7. We take out the 4 x's, what's left? It's not nothing. People often leave nothing. That's the problem. There's still a plus 1 left. And that's how you factor that one. A to the 3, b to the 5, plus 18, a to the 7, b to the 4. Okay, we're going to do this in steps. So first we're going to take out what's common between 12 and 18. 2 is common, 3 is common, so 6 is actually the biggest one. 6 is the greatest common factor. We're going to be left with 12 divided by 6 is 2, a to the 3, b to the 5, plus 18 divided by 6 is 3, a to the 7, b to the 4. Okay. Then I'm going to look at the a's. There's 3 a's over here, there's 7 a's over there, so there's 3 a's at least in both of them. So I'm going to take out a to the 3. So we're going to end up with the 2 is still there, the 3 a's are gone. 2b to the 5 plus the 3 is still there. There's going to be 4 of those a's left and 4 b's. Okay, we have a 6. We have an a cubed that's out. Now we're going to look at the b's. There's 5 there, there's 4 there. So there's 4 in common. The 2 is still there. There was 5, we took out 4 of them. There's only 1 left. 3a to the 4, there was 4, we took out them all. And we're done. So this becomes, so the common factor is 6a cubed b to the 4, and what's left is 2b plus 3a to the 4. Do example 13. 3x squared plus 12x minus 21. We have 3 terms. If it's 3 terms and we need to do something in common, what we need is it has to be common with all 3 of them. So what's in common with all 3 of them is a 3 actually goes nicely into all of them. So 3x squared divided by 3, the 3 divided by 3 is just a 1, so just the x squared. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4x. 21 divided by 3 is minus 7. And now we want to take out an x, so there's 2 there, 1 there. There's actually no x's there, so can we take out x squared? The answer is we can't. So in fact, we're done. So 3 is the only common factor with those terms, and there we go. Example 14. Okay, so 15x squared minus 10 plus 3. So let's look at the number. So 15 3 goes into 15, 3 goes into 3, 3 does not go into 10. 5 goes into both of these, but it doesn't go into that one. 2, there's actually nothing in common here. So there's no numbers in common. So we can't really take out a number. There is an x in common though. So what we could take out is we could take out an x. So what's that going to leave us? It's going to leave us with 15, there was 3, now there's only 2. Minus 10, there was 2, now there's only 1. And here there was 1x, and it's gone. And that's our answer. It's going to be 15x squared minus 10x plus 3. That was the expanded form. That was the factored form. And the last one I'm going to do, I'm going to show something. Actually, no, I might do 2 more. You don't actually have to always take out positive numbers. So for example, I could take out a negative 3. And then if I was going to do that, I have minus 9x plus 12. If I factor out a negative 3, I'm dividing each one by negative 3. And so what do I get? I get negative 3. Minus 9 divided by minus 3 is positive 3. And 12 divided by negative 3 is plus negative 4. And of course, the good way of writing that would be to just write it as 3x minus 4. The actual last one I'm going to do, this is just kind of a neato thing. Well, you could, let's say for example, I told you to factor out negative 1. So let's say we want to, I'm telling you to factor out negative 1, because really this does not common factor nicely. There's nothing in common with 5 or 7. But we can actually just do it anyway. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1. So we have 5x minus 7. We're going to factor out a negative 1. We're going to get negative 1 times 5 divided by negative 1 is minus 5. Minus 7 divided by minus 1 is minus 7. So we're going to have negative 1 times minus 5x minus minus 7. Another way of writing that is plus 7. And what I could do now is I could switch the order of these two. And that becomes 7 minus 5x. Or another way of writing that would be minus 7 minus 5x. And you'll notice it kind of switched the order of those two. So 5x minus 7, if you want it to become 7 minus 5x, you just factor out a negative 1, and it switches, I lost that, and it switches the order. That's common factoring.